What is it? What have you learned about yourself in pushing past limits that you thought you had before? Whether it was longer to short or shorter to longer triathlons or into your multi-day events, what have you learned about yourself?
Well, the biggest thing I would say is we are way tougher than we think we are, and the more we put ourselves in situations that are uncomfortable, the more, we lean into that discomfort, the more comfortable it actually becomes. And then you start to realize when you do show up we win the day, you're like, man, I don't want to get up and go to work. And you're like,
Mm.
oh, this isn't that bad. But yeah, I mean, I guess I would say the human spirit, the fight that's inside of every one of us, the willingness to to be right on the rivet and just constantly questioning yourself really starts to just tease out the why are we doing, the how is the big one. You look at a schematic and you're like, oh my goodness, this is so far, how am I ever going to do 170 miles a day for 16 days straight? Like, I don't know if I could do that. And then you start to realize the why is like, well, because there's a belief inside of us that this is possible, and the feeling that you get each moment you're out there leaning into that, you start to see what you're really made of. And
Mm.
that, for better and for worse, it makes me a better dad. I think it makes me a better husband. It makes me show up better in my, with my high school students, a lot more tolerance, a lot more patience. Is this worth it? Like,
Mhm.
and then you come out the other side of it and you're like, wow, like, I did something I didn't know if I can do, and it feels really good.
Yeah, at times it can be really this transcendental experience of almost like out of body. Like that wasn't me that just did that, but it was. And I think the feeling that's on the other side of that is, I think part of, I'm sure it's some chemical balance that strikes when a human being is pushed to a limit, but it's a thing that you want more of. And I think that probably it has something to do with why we would want to set a limit that's a little bit further than the last one. And let me see if I can go a little bit further. How far do you have to be into something before you hit that dark spot in your
Oh,
mind?